from where the news comes first. This is News Channel 2 at 7 a.m. on CW11.
Good morning. It is 7 a.m. It's Thursday, March 10th. I'm Gary Libator, meteorologist Hannah Evans joining us now to help us all plan our Thursday ahead. And is the snow, for today at least, coming to an end?
Yes, so we aren't seeing any snow right now. We're dry for today and tomorrow, but tomorrow night into Saturday, that's when we start to see the heavy snowfall for Saturday.
Yeah, a lot of it, huh?
Yes, so if we are heading out to the parade, it is going to be snowing pretty heavily. Let's take a look at the bus stop forecast for today. We are looking at temperatures in the 20s here this morning. We are seeing mostly cloudy skies, and in the afternoon, still seeing mostly cloudy skies with temperatures near 40. So for today, our high is going to be near 40, mostly cloudy skies and calm winds, and a chance of snow showers definitely there in the overnight hours with lows in the 20s. Back to you, Gary.
Hannah, thanks from the News Channel 2 alert desk this morning. An airstrike by Russian forces has hit 3 Ukrainian hospitals. Among them, a maternity hospital in the port city of Mariupol. The attack wounded women while they waited to give birth and buried children in the rubble. Bombs also fell on 2 hospitals in a city west of Kyiv. One of them was a children's hospital. The World Health Organization says it has confirmed 18 attacks on medical facilities during the now 3-week-long Russian invasion. NBC's Bree Jackson has more for us this morning from Washington.
More heartbreaking images coming out of Ukraine. Officials there say a Russian airstrike destroyed a maternity hospital, leaving children under the wreckage.
I cannot realize why it's necessary for Russian troops to destroy hospital.
As Ukrainians flee to safety, Vice President Kamala Harris meets with leaders in Poland to discuss the crisis.
To ensure that Russia also pays a serious and severe consequence.
This after the U.S. rejected Poland's plan to provide Ukraine with fighter jets, but have the U.S. deliver them.
It raises some serious concerns for the entire NATO alliance, so we have to work through the specifics of these things going forward.
Ukraine's president urging the country's supporters to create a no-fly zone or share responsibility for a humanitarian catastrophe. In Russia, more financial fallout as companies worldwide close their doors.
That is having a profound impact not just today, but over the long term.
The Kremlin is accusing the U.S. of launching an economic war after President Biden banned Russian oil imports. A move expected to impact Americans' wallets.
Beyond filling your tank up, your next visit to the grocery store, the hardware store, your next flight are all going to have significantly impacted fuel prices.
U.S. and European allies believe Moscow's invasion is about to take a more brutal turn. Ukrainian civilians are preparing to fight back. Late last night, the House passed a massive spending bill to avert a government shutdown and provide nearly $14 billion in aid to Ukraine. The measure now heads to the Senate. In Washington, I'm Bree Jackson for NBC News.
Also voted on in the House last night was suspending energy imports from Russia. Democratic Congressman Antonio Delgado voted in favor of it. He had this to say about the banning of Russian oil, quote, "These additional sanctions will further isolate Putin from the global economy and leave him weaker in every way. As we work to cripple Putin's economy, we also must do everything in our power to move us towards American energy independence, which protects our national security and will lower costs for hardworking families." Meanwhile, Republican Congresswoman Elise Stefanik also voted in favor of this bill to suspend energy imports from Russia, but thinks it may be too little too late. She says, quote, "This bill does not go far enough to make up for the devastating impact of Joe Biden's anti-American energy agenda. Joe Biden must do more than swap out one dictator for other dictators' oil. I will continue to fight for American energy independence on behalf of families struggling because of skyrocketing gas prices and our national security in the face of Joe Biden's weak leadership," end quote. 48 people from 24 countries, including Ukraine, will become U.S. citizens in Utica today. A naturalization ceremony is set for later this morning. Judge David Hurd, whom you see right there, will swear in the newest group of individuals from Afghanistan to Belarus, Venezuela, Yemen, and as you heard, Ukraine, as well as just about everywhere else in between. Co-host of Talk of the Town on WUTQ, Rocco LaDuca, will be this morning's featured speaker. There will also be a story shared by one of the soon-to-be U.S. citizens. The ceremony starts at 11 a.m. at the Federal Courthouse. That's on Broad Street in downtown Utica. This is open to the public. 6 facilities that are part of New York's prison system are set to close today. The closure decision was made back in November. It comes amid a decade-long decline in the number of people the state incarcerates. Among them are Ogdensburg Correctional in St. Lawrence County, Mariah Shock Incarceration Facility in Essex County, the Willard Drug Treatment Campus in Seneca County, Southport Correctional in Chemung County, Downstate Correctional in Dutchess County, and Rochester Correctional in Monroe County over in Rochester. Now, Southport and Downstate are maximum security prisons. Ogdensburg and Willard are medium security prisons. Rochester and Mariah Shock are minimum security, and officials in November said no layoffs were anticipated as employees could get transferred and placed within other facilities. The cost cutting through today's closures expected to save the state $142 million each year. New this morning, a Rome man was rushed to the hospital after authorities say he flipped his car. Fortunately, he's only said to have minor injuries. It happened after midnight along Route 26 southbound in Rome. The Oneida County Sheriff's Office says 51-year-old James Smith lost control of his vehicle and crashed it into a ditch, causing the vehicle to overturn. Sheriff's deputies say James was trapped inside that vehicle for a short time and was pulled out by members of the Rome Fire Department. He was taken to the hospital and treated for back pain. No tickets have been issued at this time. The accident is under investigation this morning.